The 2026 FIFA World Cup starts in 1 week and excitement is building. The expanded competition is expected to bring millions of fans, billions of dollars in economic activity, and a global spotlight to cities across the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. But there are also some global issues and questions hanging over the tournament as kickoff approaches. And joining me now is Matt Winkler, professor at American University, founder of its sports management program, and a World Cup veteran who has attended 11 tournaments, so we are going straight to the expert. Thanks so much for joining us. What makes this year's tournament different from any we've seen before?
Sure, thanks for having me. Well, with everything that's going on in the world, it's turning into one of the most politically charged environments in tournament history. And Argentina had a coup before theirs in 1978. But just issues with geopolitical, conflict, immigration enforcement, trilateral relations are issues with Canada and Mexico, our friends. So it's a complex risk landscape right now, and we're only 1 week away.
Matt, I know you've talked about this. FIFA says 508 million people requested 7 million available tickets. Why are there plenty of tickets available, and why are hotel bookings falling short of projections?
Sure. Well, it doesn't seem very inviting here. Costs have gone up around the world thanks to things that are going on in the Middle East and so forth. So right now, people just aren't feeling great about traveling. And America maybe has never been more expensive than it is right now. And we have 48 teams, right? 104 games. So there's just a lot of volume out there. And it just doesn't seem, there's political pressures, there's all that stuff, security, fan mobility, team, participation. There's just a lot that says, hey, this isn't going to be that easy. And keep in mind, a lot of these fan bases save up for 4 years.
When you compare this tournament to the ones that you've experienced, what feels most different about the way the event is being consumed or covered or even experienced by fans?
Well, the last four that we've had were kind of nation building type events, right? So South Africa, Brazil, and people were waiting for them to boom. They also had the Olympics, Russia and Qatar. So these were very much sort of new lands, as the FIFA president would say. And so things were different then. They come to America, right, because it's a guaranteed thing. They can go to 48 teams from 32. This is the first year of 48 teams. And so they're really, this was sort of a guaranteed thing after going to these countries that hadn't really hosted it before. And some of them were nation building events. And so it also looked like to FIFA like they were going to break all kinds of records in the revenue that they were looking for, right? And that's a key component with FIFA. FIFA has 211 countries as members. That's bigger than the UN. And so you come to America, it's a guaranteed thing. One of the challenges is that it was awarded 8 years ago. So different people in charge, different political environment, different immigration enforcement back then. And so it's a very interesting time to be hosting this. And remember, we're not the only ones. Mexico and Canada are with us.
Right. We seeing an increased interest from casual fans in the U.S.?
The data and the polls say there is, right? So we hosted in 1994, and a month before the event, only 30% of the people knew it was happening. This year, 75%, 80% of people know it's happening. It's in a totally different soccer environment and global immersive environment, right? Every fan is one click away from their team, from their game, from the event. And now we have 48 of them this year, except in regards to sites, Washington, D.C. doesn't have it like they did in 94. So things are totally different. It's a global environment. It'll break records. Over 5 billion will be watching the games. And FIFA hopes to make between 11 and $13 billion off this.
We have about 30 seconds here, but real quickly, you mentioned this at the top. So just to elaborate a bit more, this World Cup arrives at a time of global tensions, conflicts, and political divisions. Historically, has the World Cup been able to bring people together despite those challenges?
It usually does. We always joke in this game that the minute they drop the puck or the ball or the game start, that stuff does kind of fall away a little bit, and people get into the games. And there's 104 games over 39 days. So before it usually does bring people together. And man, if the U.S. team, makes a deep run, it's going to be a very
Oh,
fun
yeah.
summer in
Oh,
America.
yes. Excitement is building for sure. Matt Winkler, professor at AU, founder of its sports management program. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thanks, Annie.
All right.